Welcome to Sissues. We are two sisters with issues and a need to work them out, and we're inviting you along for the ride.
Here we are taking the big things we have in common. Our love for Outlander, inappropriate humor, and why people do the things they do. Mix this up with our dirty lady mo's, and this podcast is born.
But don't worry, we'll explore other issues too.
Because you know,
when you have sisters, you have issues.
If you are easily offended or don't appreciate the creative use of colorful Canadian cursive language, this is not the podcast for you.
Well, welcome back to Sissues, everybody. I am Phil.
I'm Cher.
And we are back to our Outlander rewatch during Droughtlander. We are on season 5, episode 4, The Company We Keep.
We keep some pretty strange freaking company.
Well, each other, yeah, that's for sure. Well, I'm back with you again. I'm here.
You're in my basement where you belong.
Right? Yeah, but I'm on a chair that has wheels and it's not on a carpet, and I move a lot during the podcast, so if I take off in the middle of the room somewhere, I'm gonna have to drag my ass back to the microphone. So yeah, not fun at all.
Yeah, but you're also in the basement where it's nice and cool.
Yeah, but I get cold easy. Like, I like to stay hot.
Switched.
No,
you should be up here in the warmth, and I should be down in the basement where I can't control my temperature.
But you see, for me, I love being in the hot, like in the warm. Like, I love the 30s when it's outside. But the only bad thing is it triggers my hot flashes. So I need to suffer through being a little bit chilly. Okay, and I have no sleeves or anything on. But anywho. Wow. Alrighty. So, guys, if you're watching with Netflix, make sure that you skip the recap and go directly to the song. And Miss Cher, she will count us down.
I will count you down. When I get to 1, you are going to hit play. So we're going to go 3, 2, and 1.
Okay, so if she was a little bit too fast for you, you could always pause, start over. Because she's not very predictable when it comes to that.
I'm not very predictable when it comes to anything.
No, this is true. Absolutely.
We're just going to make that point clear.
I want to be running on the sand on a beach. I think everybody does. Everybody misses being able to travel.
Not everybody likes beaches, you know.
Well, then we can't be friends. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's like my life. My feet buried in the sand, watching the ocean is life
not all
for me.
Beaches have sand. Remember,
no,
you've got your beaches in the Maritimes. A lot of those don't have sand. A lot of those are rocky.
A lot of them are rocky, but they do have the nicest white sandy beaches.
Some of them.
Yeah, exactly. I'll find those ones.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll find those ones.
Everybody's backsides. I love everybody's backsides in the title cards. I just love how they shot all of these ones.
I think it's because they're looking into something, right? They're showing from the back, looking into something. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of that happens in this season, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we've got the playing with the coins.
Wonder who that might be. Flipping of the coin, I wonder. Asshole.
It wasn't actually his hands because there was only one ring on there.
Yeah.
We know somebody likes to wear a lot of rings. Oh, here we go. Everybody marching into Brownsville.
Now, you see, I look at this set and it makes 100% sense. You know what I mean? This little trail, it's just off a cliff, and that's where they would put it. You know what I mean?
And they built Brownsville. Like it was, it's so cool. And that was Paul Gorman. They opened the shot with Kezzy and Josiah. Yeah.
And the streets are like so muddy. You know what I mean? And and it would, right? It's
it was a rainy day. Oh, here's Isaiah. He's like, I really shouldn't be here.
Yeah, but he didn't tell anybody that he shouldn't be there.
They're like,
and why he would purposely Why he would purposely go there,
Uh-huh.
knowing the shit that he's going to cause.
Yeah. He's like, hi, I'm Isaiah Shit Disturber Morton.
Right?
And they're all like, why the fuck are we getting shot at? Like, we just rode into town. And
Yeah.
they're all like, we're going to kill that little son of a bitch.
And I love Fergus with the big ass hood, you know?
Yeah. Him and his cape. And here's Anna Burnett. And she is playing Alicia Brown. And here are the star-crossed lovers.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather die. Oh, this is how, young lovers were treated.
Yeah, exactly. There's no such thing as free will, right?
No, absolutely not.
That was the previous episode. And what does Roger do? Like, he's never, like, you think about it, and where he's from the 1960s, and now he's in this. It's like, what the fuck did I get myself into? How am I supposed to get out of this?
Yeah, Roger and Fergus is like, come on, figure it out, buddy. You're the one that's in charge.
Yeah, exactly.
Fergus is a little bit more prepared mentally. He's like, okay, closing my eyes, trying to figure this out.
And I don't know why they never told Fergus. Like, I don't get that at all. That just pisses me off.
Now, see, Roger's kind of like, okay, I think I'm going to sing Clementine.
Right? Yeah. Little oh my darling, never hurt anybody. Maybe it will help, right?
Fergus is like, read the room, ma'am, read the room. Oh, Lizzie, I love Lizzie.
Me too. And she looks so much different from the first episode that she showed up on, right? She looks healthy. Mm-hmm. She looks smiley. Like, she just looks so much different.
Mm-hmm. And look, her BFF brought her a present. So nice.
So nice. And look, everybody just pitches in. You don't worry. Oh, this is mine. That's yours. This is mine. Everybody just gets and goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Marsali just come and took the baby. Oh.
Yeah.
What's this?
It's a coin. Wonder where I got the coin from.
Who leaves a coin with a baby? Not like they're going to be able to, like, grab it and choke on it and die or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's so weird. Some greasy Irishman. Oh, now I get it.
As soon as she said Irishman, right?
Yeah.
It's just, you see Brianna's face, like, just completely change.
Yep. Right there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There you go.
Yep. Don't tell me she's not a good actress.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And of course, she was left in charge of the Ridge.
Right.
So... she's the one that had to go fetch the provisions and all of that, right?
Yeah. And she's just like acting like everything's cool, calm. Now she's like, okay, yep, change things up right away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and because she does know that Bonnet is alive. Oh, and Lizzie knows her BFF.
Yeah, she does.
As well.
She can read her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So she's like, I know something's up.
Yeah.
So we're moving from the cabin to the big house. Okay, that's interesting.
And it makes me sad that Lizzie calls her mistress, because it makes it seems like she's indentured to her, and
well, technically she is, but mm-hmm, yeah. I think I hear you. I hear you there.
It makes me sad.
Look, we brought rum, guys. We brought rum. Whoop whoop.
Yeah. Whiskey. Yeah. Yuck. It's not that aged, but hey, let's just get everybody drunk and move on.
See, that's I don't think a lot of people look at Fergus standing in the back. He looks so dignified. Look at him.
Does he not?
He's like, it doesn't matter where you take Fergus, he elevates every moment he's on screen.
I just love how he's holding up his glass.
Yeah, he's like, he just takes every scene to just a new kind of level of awesome.
Tolerable. That's better than from when Lord John first had it, right?
where it burned his sinuses clear through.
Right where he thought he was sick just because of Jamie's whiskey.
Yeah. Nope. No. Sorry, LJ.
Yeah.
It's the pox.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, one of the extras on here, supporting actors, that's what we call them.
Yeah.
I did an interview with, his name is Vincent Van Craig. You can find that on the bootlanders.com. It was pretty interesting. It was pretty interesting interview. So if you want to check it out to see, kind of hear what goes on in the, behind the scenes, what they feel, about being on set and what that whole process is like. It's pretty interesting stuff. Go check it out.
It's pretty in depth.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good article.
Thanks.
Good interview.
This guy,
This
Lionel Brown, I tell you about this guy. Oh, he's such a son of a bitch.
You know what? I think everybody else would feel the same way as me. My skin crawls, like I get goosebumps and everything, but not in a good way.
No.
And you know how a lot of questions like, who's your favorite villain from the Outlander series?
Mm-hmm.
It's surprising how often his name comes up.
Yeah.
Like, yes, the obvious is, Blackjack or Bonnet, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as we move further in, this guy's name comes up quite a bit.
He's just, Ned Dennehy is his name, and he is very, like, he's a pretty popular actor, and he is just so
convincing to the point where you hate. I just love watching her with the baby. Aw, it's so nice. I wish they would have had a trunk full of kids.
Oh, jeez. No, look, just see was a babe. I just hold a picture cover.
You have to remember, Jamie's never seen her with the baby.
Mm-hmm. You
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it would have been amazing had they been able to raise Brianna. Of course, it doesn't.
I just think
extra to the story.
No, not really. But the thing is that when you think about it, like certain people, I find it really an interesting conversation, because these two, I think it's just, was it their fate to not raise babies together? Like, it's just like, was that their, it just doesn't seem, I can't picture it.
But for Jamie, he's standing back, he's watching her. It just makes him feel so good,
to see her maternally. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful thing. But imagine the clashes that they would have had constantly.
Oh, yeah.
Because of being from different worlds, right? They would have had these constant mega clashes in how, and how to, child rear.
Yeah.
So I can just, like, it would have been so volatile.
Yeah, exactly.
So being grandparents together is great, because both of them just think we can just spoil and love and play and be, right?
Yeah. And Jamie couldn't look more uncomfortable driving that stage. He was like practically laying down in it.
Well, it was like, trying to get them to stop the whole time, because they're riding into this little, they need this town. And, like, it's, people are working in this town. Oh, look, here's Paul Gorman playing Josiah and Kezzy, and they're having a little conversation together. It's like, oh, here's Matt. Here's Jamie Fraser. He's here.
Oh, and I'm so happy now. That must be just such a relief for him,
You're free.
And he even asked about her. He asked about Fanny. So,
Yep.
And poor Roger, did you see his face when Jamie pulled up? He was still singing. He's like, here we go. And being such crap.
Yep. I didn't get to do what I was supposed to do, and here I am singing. I gave away all the booze. Oh my God, what's going to happen to me?
Exactly.
What's it gonna think? He's like, I must be older than 14. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well,
But
I
that's
guess
the truth. He wouldn't know how old you were.
no, he
Right?
wouldn't. And
No.
when Jamie tells you how old you are, that's how old you are.
I would have been like, no, I'm guessing he's about 16. He doesn't look 14.
I think he's older too. It's just he's in like malnourished and
Right.
bad shape, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But mentally, he's very,
Yeah, he's very
very strong.
aware. I mean,
Yeah,
you've been taking care of yourself for that long,
yeah,
that 14 is not like the 14 that we have now, right?
yeah.
Uh,
Exactly,
a
exactly.
big difference.
Hmm.
Uh,
And that poor baby.
I love
No,
Fergus. This is
I
so
know.
fucking funny. He's like, wow, you guys work really fast.
Yeah.
Uh,
I love that. Congratulations.
Claire like rolls her eyes at him. You smart ass.
Oh,
But I love how he's just like jokes around with them, and yeah.
yeah.
And she's like, "Look, I need some milk for this baby." I'm like, I can't. Like, I've got like powdered milk in my titties. I can't do nothing for this baby.
And she's been given the baby goat's milk, which is
Mm-hmm.
fine, but
Yeah.
because it's a newborn, she
Yeah.
knows how important
Right.
breast milk is, right?
Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
like a tongue twister? Breast
Blech.
milk is. Breast
My
milk is.
my
Breast
my.
milk is. Breast milk is.
Are you all right?
Broken.
Are you on?
Well,
You're on repeat. Let's not do that ever again.
I thought I was going to prove that that is a tongue twister, but I proved that your mouth is just broken.
No, you just proved that it's not a tongue twister.
Right. You had a problem saying it, so.
No, I didn't. It came out
did.
just fine.
Uh-uh.
I'll make sure when I edit it, it came out just fine.
Twinkle toes. Oh, and there's
Aw.
Alicia. How come you fucked up, Roger?
And talk about it.
Yeah. I just love this shot with Jamie and Roger being all serious and these two chicks in the background just rocking out to no music. They're just like, fuck yeah, we got some booze.
Well, that's because Roger gave it all to them.
Yeah.
Like that was supposed to be for the entire time they're away.
Yeah, exactly. And these girls are just like having at her in the background. I just loved it.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to say that these costumes that these guys are wearing, pretty sweet.
Yeah, they look
just
pretty
kind of
good.
loving it.
And Jamie, he's really willing to listen to what Claire has to say as far as what the future entails. And here, Roger was trying to give his philosophy on what people said, and Jamie just looked totally uninterested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something that he's going to have to give his head a shake about.
Yeah, just a little shake.
Yeah, and here's, Isaiah, they're explaining, now this guy went and, had an affair with this young girl, and they want to kill him.
Yeah. But, bigger is that, Jamie's criticizing Roger's decisions at this point. You know what?
Yeah.
It's not about what someone else says. It's what your men think of you that matters most,
Yeah.
So, it's
and
sad.
some guys took off, and that's,
And I hate that he called him Mr. McKenzie. You know what I mean? Like this
instead
is still
of captain, because Jamie did make him captain. This is something that is kind of out of character for Jamie, because in the past, any mistake somebody that was under him made, he took responsibility for.
Yeah.
Because he was the boss, right? And if you put somebody in charge and they fucked up,
that's
it was
on
his
him.
fault. Exactly. So him blaming it on Roger is out of character, because that was his responsibility.
Exactly. And I love how Jamie goes in. Okay, so what's this about your cock? And why did it get you in trouble?
Uh-huh. Because it's a
Jeez.
cock. Mm,
Yeah,
yeah. And I'd
yeah.
marry and everything, but
Yeah, I get where he's saying that it's arranged marriage and all that. It's still wrong.
mm-hmm.
Go back, dissolve your marriage and then go. Yeah, so
the
sorry.
the I love, like, there's this whole side story with Isaiah Morton and his first wife and all that stuff from the books, which is I just find it freaking hilarious. But yeah, a lot of people find it very problematic. But I think it's just funny. And yeah, John Tarsi, Anna Burnett, who plays Alicia. I did a dual interview with them, so you can check that out on a Bootlanders as well.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there's lots of good interviews on there.
Mm.
Well, and
And off
Jamie,
he goes.
and Jamie's in kind of a predicament, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because the Browns think that he's locked up,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? And then Jamie just walks in and, well, let him go. We'll deal
Yeah.
with it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Which, I'm not sure was a better plan than
Yeah.
than Rogers was. Uh, and so this lady is being a wet nurse, so to speak,
Yeah.
to to the little Beardsley baby.
Yeah, exactly. Aw. And she's just so attentive, not caring. And that,
Mm-hmm.
knowing the Browns men, it
Mm-hmm.
really surprises me how open the women are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To, like carrying even breastfeeding a black baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's different back then,
Yeah.
but I
Mm-hmm.
think that maternal instinct is above and beyond, right?
Yeah. Well, and
So,
it's that it's the fact that she has lost a baby very recently.
yeah,
Her baby had died, so you know you put a baby in her arms, and she's going to bond to that baby very quickly.
yeah. And it's so funny that she's reading the article that
Yep.
Claire actually
Fergus.
wrote.
Yeah, Fergus wrote on the back of it, and somebody decided, hey, not only are we going to print this part, but we are going to print this interesting article from this Rawlings character.
Yeah, exactly.
And Claire's like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was not
Oops.
supposed to be on there.
Uh-huh. She's like,
And maybe
where did
that's
they
why
get this?
and maybe that's why the people at Brownsville didn't know that they were coming, right? So that means
Mm-hmm.
that nobody else knows they're coming either. So,
Yeah. And
aw,
yeah. And here we are with the men of Brownsville, of course, being, quite rigid and, wanting to keep their women in line,
yeah,
obviously, by looking how they're controlling, Alicia and the
yeah,
like. Um, it's like misogynist town.
exactly.
So the they're not gonna like what this Dr. Rawlings wrote.
No, exactly.
And here
And
Roger is trying to calm everybody down again with some good old sing-songs.
yeah, he's just going to sing all night
Mm-hmm.
long.
Not that I wouldn't mind listening to him.
Exactly.
Mm.
See. But now, of course, nobody knows that they're coming in trying to, you know, gather up
Recruit.
troops or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I like Jamie in those little spectacles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Makes him look dignified.
Yeah, and a little older.
Yeah.
Uh,
Who's Dr. Rawlings?
yeah.
I like that.
Uh-huh. She's like, yeah, that's me. Mm-hmm.
I love that. Do you have another husband I should know about?
Like, no, just stirring up some more shit. I don't know how
Yeah.
they got it, but yeah. Mm.
Yeah. But it's interesting because now it's hit a paper. I wonder if she's thinking in her head, "Oh, I should do another article."
I'm pretty sure she's thinking, no, I better not do another article.
Yeah.
Uh, hmm. See, it
Oh,
doesn't even matter. Look at him. He's drinking out of,
damsels
I
drink
think he's got the
champagne.
cleanest glass in the
And
place.
Fergus, he can handle a slap in the face. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
A
He
verbal
doesn't
slap
even,
in the face.
well, and that's the thing about Fergus though. Like somebody can do that and it just slides right off of him.
Yeah.
Uh, he looks like the cleanest and the most refined person in that room.
But
Like,
you know what? If you were to ask him, he would say, but of course I am. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
That's just who he is.
mm-hmm,
And I have never seen Fergus lose his temper. You know
mm-mm.
what I mean? As an adult.
No, as an
So,
adult.
as an adult, yeah.
Oh, no, he's just, yeah, he's got
Oh,
this dignity around him. Uh,
yeah.
oh
Uh-oh.
boy, yeah.
Here we
Now,
go. Head to head.
and here comes Big Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just perfect timing Big Brother has, right?
Hmm. Chris Larkin.
Yeah, he's
Richard.
a little bit scary to look at. Come
Oh
on,
yeah, he is. Yeah.
right?
He's an impressive guy.
Yeah. He pulls off his role very well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and he's
Mm,
another pretty popular actor.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And that's fun. It's weird to hear Jamie say that, it'll be an act against Governor Tryon.
Mhm.
It's just kind
Yeah.
of weird.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, you gotta use it. Well, you gotta use it when you can, right? And that's the thing. That's why they're there.
well, and I'm sure that, it was just like tasting sour coming out of his mouth as well, right? Because
Uh-huh.
we all know,
Yeah.
he's kind of using him for the land, right? And
Right.
he knows that
Hmm.
he has this contract to fulfill, and
Yeah.
if he can get through the contract without, any harm to his family or his people, then it was worth it, right?
Right. Yeah. And hoping, Murtaugh gets away
Yeah,
at the end of
exactly.
it.
But then
Uh,
again, Murtaugh isn't just going to run away.
right.
Murtaugh has his job and his agenda, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. But, with that being Jamie's hope in the end, there's
Yeah, and they're
what we want to happen and what will likely happen are
yeah,
two different things, right? Yeah.
exactly. And now it's twofold.
Hmm.
It's this Browns guy, criticizing the regulators, and that's why we are where we are. And
Uh-huh.
Jamie's like, ah, fuck,
Yeah.
I got to defend Murtaugh again.
Hmm.
That's a hard thing to do. So
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah. And now, this is like making another deal with another devil.
yeah. And I like how he shakes his hand and then says, as
Mhm.
long as we're in agreement
Yeah.
that you will answer to me. You know what
Hmm.
I mean?
Yeah.
So that's humiliating.
Hmm.
No matter what he's saying right now, the
And
invitation to stay and all of that.
and see, Claire just does not back down either. She stands up so straight, looks straight in the eye, and she just cross arms, just
Yeah, exactly.
no.
Negative body language.
Yeah, she doesn't back down to nobody.
Back at the big house.
Hmm. And the kitties are playing on the ground.
What a beautiful fireplace, eh? It's just
Hmm.
hearth. It's meant to warm that big ass house, right?
Yeah,
So it has to be
sure.
big.
Hmm.
But I love that pass through and how they built that, right?
Right.
You can get from one side of the house to the other.
Hmm. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And she hears something. So she's constantly worried that Bonnet's going to find her and Jemmy
Yeah.
now that, the coin and the cot incident.
Yeah, she knows. She knows that he's seen.
Hmm.
And of course, she's the only one that knows that she knows he's still alive.
Yeah.
right? Because
And
Jamie and Claire
now
don't know that.
Jimmy's not there playing with Germain. And it's so weird. Like, people complain about the weirdest things. Now, people were complaining that Germain just ignored her.
Yeah.
And they're like, Germain's not the kind of kid that would just know. He's the kid that called, said that Roger was a heretic, and he's the kid that, blah, blah, blah. He wouldn't just ignore. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Playing. He's
Like,
involved in his toys.
right? And it's just, are you kidding me that this is what you're complaining about?
And you have to remember that Marsali comes from a different time.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah, but the thing is that it's also a part of the story. It's just a piece of drama. It's just, like are we really getting that nitpicky about the TV show?
Yeah.
That's
of course.
that's where we are.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so weird.
Marsali has a hard time understanding why she panicked so fast, right?
Exactly.
They don't panic like that back then, it's we'll find him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's these little buggers are quick. They're fast. They crawl away really quickly. Yeah. But
exactly.
Yeah, she needs to open up a little bit. She needs to let people know things.
It's so funny.
I think that she would figure this out by now.
You'd think.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny. Brown. That's your last,
It doesn't seem like it's like a little town of inbreeds or anything, does it?
Don't say that, because could be,
Mm-hmm. Why shouldn't I say it if it's true?
I know.
There are towns like that in the world.
Yes,
there was in Nova Scotia when I lived there.
Well, I know I seen, well, in the Carolinas as well, I saw a family, and people don't like outsiders going in. They just want them to be left alone, because they're getting a lot of media attention.
Yep. Yeah,
and it's really sad.
Nova Scotia, his last name is Goler.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yippers. They was on the news and everything. Mm-hmm. This is like 20 some odd years ago.
Yeah. Now Claire's finding out about the lady that helped her with the baby, that their baby actually died. So,
Yeah, so it's easy to, start loving a baby if you've lost one, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I think it would be really hard either way.
Yeah, but I think that maternal, it's a fill for the maternal instinct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then this girl, she has a shit ton of questions. She sees her as someone worldly and, someone that she could actually talk to, because she has nobody there to talk to.
Right. Yeah. And she's so Claire would be the first person she tells about her little issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wants to she doesn't want to marry whoever it is that they want to stick her with. God, can you imagine just...
And it makes me feel bad, because now Claire's the one to break it to her that he's already married, and he's no good.
Right.
Really bad choice. He's a good guy, but and look, her heart, you could just see her heart break as Claire is telling her this.
I know, it's such a sin. Poor girl. And like, this guy is a bigamist. And you feel for this little couple. Like, I mean, you want to hate Isaiah Morton for doing this to her.
And they do love each other, but
she finds out she's fucking pregnant. Like, oh man.
Yeah.
Because I mean, people are like, oh, well, people didn't have sex back then before marriage.
No.
Yeah, they did.
They just didn't talk about it, people.
Right, exactly. and yeah, they had sex, and then they married off their daughters, or they,
Yeah.
or the
I
poor
know.
things died trying to get an abortion, or
Yeah, exactly.
mm. And I like
Uh,
this little moment too between, you know,
I
between
do too. You
Marsley
know,
and
I want to see these two have a nice relationship. You know, they're similar in age, and
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
I
they
wish.
basically have a sister relationship, right?
Exactly,
Hmm.
exactly.
Yeah. They got sissues. Mm,
Yeah. But yet, of course, Marsali is the one that's providing the mental stability in this conversation, right?
mhm,
So, and of course, there's no way Brianna can really feel at ease because she's not being open and honest about
mhm.
why she's feeling the way she's feeling. And of course, she can't tell her, you
Mm.
know.
She could
So,
totally tell Marsley. She
but
could
she
totally tell her.
won't.
Right. But that's the
Yeah.
thing. If she told Marsley, Marsley would be like, all right, we're staying up. We're taking shifts. We've got the
Right?
shotgun. We will blow this bastard's brains open if he tries to show up on this ridge. Marsley's got her back. They'd have Lizzie, like, they'd be a trio that is not to be messed with. Like,
And yep, I 100% agree. And it makes me sad for Brianna
mhm,
that she thinks that she has to bear this all on her own.
yeah.
You know, what a hellfire Fraser's Ridge would have been had
Hmm.
she said, you know what, I'm scared. And then it
Yeah,
would have been all hands on deck.
exactly. Exactly. So, but you think you guys sh- didn't learn your lesson to start with. Like,
No,
this is what brought on all of the drama from, last season.
I know.
Uh, but I like the story you know, that Marsley told about her past, and,
Yeah.
the abuse that her mother endured, and, the things that made her stronger. If thought could kill people, then,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
mm,
And I bet you Brianna's thinking, oh, I need to think a little harder. I need to think a
yeah,
little harder.
uh-huh, yeah. But that's the thing, you've got to share. Just because you can do it alone does not mean you should.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly.
And here we are with Josiah and Kezzy again. Mm.
Oh, I love this part.
You
Well, he
look
looks like he's not feeling well at all,
right.
right?
Yeah.
And then tonsils as well.
And Kezzy's like, who's this? What is she making me do this for?
Yeah, exactly. Oh God,
Like,
another friggin' set of tonsils to remove.
J.H.R. Christ. Mm, yeah.
Yes.
Mm, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, now she's got twice the surgery to do.
Right. So she's got twice the penicillin to find when she gets home.
Yeah. Well, and in the book, she did it, you know, like
Hmm.
they wanted her to do it right there in the field. So,
Right. Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, and see, just, this guy and his slimy.
that's exactly that's the best way to describe him is
Mm,
slimy.
yep.
You know, there's no
Hmm.
other word that really matches what Lionel is. And I
No.
think it's too also it pisses me off because I'm thinking a little further in the season as
Right.
well.
Right. Yeah. But right from the start, like, he's
Yeah.
just got this air about him that is just rank.
Yeah, exactly.
Like his brother Richard, he also has this air about him, but his air is like arrogance, and,
Yeah.
like, he's like um the big sheepdog that kind of just keeps all of the, you know piss together.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah.
And, he doesn't care what kind of assholes that he has in his group, as long as his group is there.
Yeah.
Right.
And this
And
part here totally, it actually surprised me the first time because Claire is actually telling Jamie that she thinks she needs to go. Like, for the sake of the twins, is
hmm
why she is telling him she needs to go, right?
yeah,
Otherwise, there's no way she would leave Jamie. You know what I mean?
yeah. But
So,
she also sees where she's need. Do I need to keep on traveling with these very capable men who are doing what they need to do? Doesn't seem like it's, like so far,
yeah,
she's had a place kind of thing. But yeah, this kid's really sick.
yeah,
He's gonna need some help. I can't do it here. So
yeah. See, and
I
poor
don't think
Roger, I
it's any.
feel really bad for him right now
Uh-huh. Yeah.
because, you know, what about the militia? Well, I made you captain too soon without telling you what it is. You know what I mean? And that's
But
hurtful for Roger.
it's also very true,
Of course it is, but
right?
it still
It's
doesn't mean that he's not feeling bad that Jamie's sending him away.
uh but
You know?
yeah. Yeah, I don't think I think the right thing to do would have been to keep Roger with him to show him what he is supposed to be doing,
Exactly.
right?
But I do understand why he chose him though, because that is Claire.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna make sure, well, not that he'll be able to do much to protect Claire, because
Right, right.
Claire will protect herself, but still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I would have, like, Roger, the only way you learn is by watching, and
Exactly.
like, let's do that. Ugh.
Yeah,
Every time I show this brood.
I know.
Uh,
I don't want to see his face anymore.
no, me neither.
Ah,
And she's like, yeah, I'll take the baby, go dance, go have some fun.
yeah.
Oh. And they're like, no, we miss the baby, we need a baby.
They seem like such a sweet little couple, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, so it's that fill the space in their heart, they figure.
Well,
And
and they don't know about what comes with the baby as
right.
well, right? That there's actual property. That's not where their mind is. Their mind is the baby,
Yeah.
right? So,
Mhm. For sure.
and there goes Jamie staring at her and the babe again.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh, Jamie's gonna do some break dancing.
Break
Woohoo!
dancing.
Sword dancing. Oh yeah. Shake
and
your booty, baby.
this is something that was borrowed again from the books. They took it from a different book, from a different time, from a, like, he actually did a, like, sword dance in the books for look at these idiots. uh,
Oh, they're having fun.
Absolutely. But there's before a battle, there's also a dance
Yes.
that people that the men do before a battle to prepare.
Yeah.
And Jamie had did that in the books.
Yeah.
So and I remember it was during there was an interview that Sam had done, and he said the thing that he was worried about the most for this dance was doing it in front of Katrina.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like they just have this relationship, right? That's very, they
Yes.
tease each other, they have fun with each other, stuff like that. But it's just you when you have a person that you're tight with, like,
Yeah.
like the reactions would be, he said, but yeah, that was what he was the most worried about, the most anxious about, was doing this in front of her.
Yeah.
Because it was, because he knew he was gonna get ride,
Yeah.
about it, right?
It's so funny when he does the dance, all I see is Sam.
Yeah.
And the only time I see Jamie is when he bows at the beginning and bows at the end.
Yeah.
And then I see Sam through the rest of it.
Yeah. And here's their drunk walk.
Yeah.
They had this in the book too. There was
Yeah.
a drunken walk. It was a lot of fun. Like Claire, drunk Claire They always have drunk Claire. Mm, she's a lot of fun to be around. Uh,
Yeah, and that Jamie has said that more than once. You can't even walk in a straight line.
hmm
That's like deja vu.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And you
Yeah.
haven't seen them drunk in a very long time.
Turtle soup might have
Yep.
been the last time Claire was like visibly drunk on the show,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Mm. But they do. It's nice when they have these little intimate moments and
I
stuff
love
like that.
it.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's funny because there's people that are, down on Claire for not, being happier or being, and I think she's, I think she's pretty happy most of the time. She's just, also intense.
I'm really surprised that she answered his question so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I totally get where she's coming from as far as their age now. And,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
kind of beyond that and they've got grandchildren already. But
Mhm.
could you imagine? And it gives me goosebumps, raising a child with Jamie.
No, I don't, like I said, I just don't think I don't think it would be as wonderful as people imagine it to be because they are so fundamentally different in that respect.
Yeah.
Um, I
Ye-
on I, and plus Claire has much more important things that she's focusing on. I don't think being a mom is where her head and heart would be. That's a full-time job. And
Well, and I think Jamie is disappointed,
mhm,
because he wanted her to have another baby without, ever having to worry about, losing it or being in pain, and I think he really wanted it. And I'm glad that she responded the way she did.
mhm,
That I love you even more for thinking about that. And it's so sweet that he's thinking that way.
yeah. But then, he's also the man, so he
Hmm.
can watch and see those lovely moments, but he's still going to be doing all the man stuff,
Yeah,
right? And she'd be the one doing most of the work.
yeah,
So it's easy for him to say, let's have a baby.
yeah,
Right? And she's the one that's
yeah.
gonna,
And
do the
now he
majority of
realizes
everything.
that,
Yeah.
what she's saying is right. They have a
hmm
beautiful life and,
hmm
you know,
They can enjoy their grandbabies and send them back
yeah, exactly.
to their
But
mommy.
she's right. The other
hmm
lady and her husband really do need
hmm
wee Bonnie more.
Yeah. hmm
Yeah, Fergus and Marsali will keep the ridge populated. No worry about that.
Yep. As soon as one pops out, they're like, ringing again.
I know. It's like, oh my God.
I wouldn't be able to keep my goddamn hands off Fergus either.
Yeah,
So uh, nobody can blame Marsley for tapping that
no, exactly.
repeatedly. Uh, oh, mm, poor
Ah.
Alicia Brown. No,
Aw, poor girl.
God, that's
Aw,
one big ass gun.
right?
Lord, ugh, poor thing.
Jeez,
Jamie's like, give me that goddamn thing.
right.
Oh,
And she's a bad shot to begin with, so she shouldn't be playing with guns. Poor girl.
oh,
She's just emotionally
well,
like
yeah,
done,
because
you know?
Claire had to go and tell her that her boyfriend was married already and
And
that she almost blew her arm off.
well, and it's different for her, right?
Mm-hmm.
One, she has no mother, not that it would make a difference in this situation.
Yeah.
She's got nobody to talk to. She's pregnant, and back then you were done as a woman if you
Uh-huh.
were pregnant and
Yep.
unmarried, you
Lionel
know?
is her
Yeah,
freaking father,
that just bleh.
right?
Again, that gave me really bad goosebumps. I hate that name.
Yep. So I mean, she like saw zero way out of this.
She's done
And
a really
here's
good job playing that role.
yeah, she really did. She really did. And yeah, the little interview I did with her, like she talks about it, and
Yeah.
like the process that she went through, because she didn't have a lot of time. Neither
Yeah.
did John Tarsi,
Yeah.
who plays Isaiah. Didn't
Yeah.
have a whole lot of time to develop these characters to show the the depth of emotion that they both go through.
Right.
Mm,
I would love to see everybody's audition tape. You know what
mhm,
I mean? Like we've seen Sam's and we've seen Kat's, like
mhm.
I just would love to see everybody else's.
Yeah. No, he's like, look, you're not going to shoot me. You're not going to shoot me. So
So
don't
put
be a
the friggin' thing
dumbass.
down.
Come on. Uh, if we could all be that confident
Yeah.
facing down things like that. And I don't know where they got Isaiah's hat. Like, that's a really interesting
It
little number.
reminds me of Jughead off the Archers for some reason. It's just missing the triangle and the circle and
And the little, points at the top of it.
yeah.
Uh,
I don't know why it just reminds me of that.
hmm Well, look who I found. Uh,
Aww.
Now, see, I did like how they did this,
Yeah.
because, and especially when he does,
And
Claire's
Claire
looking
doesn't understand what's going on.
she's looking at Jamie like, why the hell did you bring him here?
Yeah.
Like, this little punk, honestly. Uh, See, and that's the interesting twist to all this, is that, you know, they
Yeah.
they all just think of him as a bigamist, right?
Yeah.
They don't know the full story behind the arranged marriage, how, him and his wife didn't actually care about each other or like each other in any way.
Yeah.
Um,
I love how he just called them a fool.
mhm.
But
And
it's true.
yes, like, I like how he says it to them. You two would do anything for the women you love.
Yeah.
Why do you expect me to be any different? And Claire's like, yeah, dummies. Why do you
Yeah.
expect him to be any different? Like, and they both look shamed,
Yeah.
because it's true. No matter what situation they be in, like Jamie
Yeah.
especially, hello, you got married again.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Exactly.
So you
And
can't really fault this kid.
well, and same with Roger, right?
Mm-hmm.
How far did he travel to come back to her,
Mm-hmm.
call himself an idiot, I don't know how many
Yep.
times,
He
and
even
yet
named a hut
still,
after himself.
right? Right? So I like that whole interaction, because even though yes, he made a stupid mistake,
Mm-hmm.
he knows what is potentially real. So
Right. And he came back for her.
yeah,
And, and now these guys are like, okay, we're helping him because, yep, we are fools.
yeah.
We would do anything for the woman we love. He came back for her. He's trying to make this right. And yeah, so they're helping them escape.
Okay, so this part I don't understand. I don't like. You didn't have to walk them down the middle of town. You could have put them up on the hill. They could have gone through the trees, but no, let's walk them through the middle of town.
We had to do it like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, exactly. And it was easy just to let him run away before, right? Just go.
Well,
But no, we have to do this whole presentation.
Yes, make a diversion so they don't know what they think that the horse got away, so they're not going to be, acting like it was a stolen horse.
But
The
nobody
horse got away
knew.
with it.
That's
Yes,
crazy.
but that's the thing. Now they don't know that, they took the horse.
Okay, this is so funny. Jamie's dragging a goat.
Yep.
And it was horses running down the street. But I got the goat. I got the goat.
Yeah, that's all.
Jeez. Yeah, that cracked me up.
Mm-hmm. It's all a diversion.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah, Jamie, you don't look guilty at all.
Of course he doesn't. Just looking at
No,
Claire.
they don't buy it.
And there's our title
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
Mm. And a little voiceover that we've
Yep.
missed. Oh, it's so funny because back in the beginning, people hated the voiceovers, and then all of a sudden they missed the voiceovers. So
Yeah.
it's always nice. Kind of like these shots.
Oh, so do I. Look at the horses run free, horsey.
I love wild horses. I know that's not a
Oh, I
wild horse,
know.
but
I
I
love
love
watching
seeing
them
wild
too.
horses. And there's the kids. Bye, kids. I don't know if
Have
we'll
a
ever
great
see them
life.
again, but
Do they pop up back in the books later on?
well, Isaiah Morton, well, he comes back in the series, but
Oh.
Isaiah Morton, yeah, they showed up in the books later, which
Oh,
is
don't tell me, which is cool.
just hilarious stuff.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Good to know.
Holy shit, sis.
Alrighty, so this is by Mordecai on Reddit, and there's siblings can get themselves into a little bit of trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a gooder. Our old bathroom shower had a massive crack in the glass for about 10 years, and my sister and I were responsible. We used to shower together up until she hit puberty because, and she started getting body conscious and all that. And I think I made fun of her pubic hair because I'm a shitty little sister. During one of our showers, we were play fighting, and she lifted me off the floor, and I put my feet against the glass and pushed off of it to press her back into the wall. Turns out I was a bit heavy for the glass, and it cracked. We both dropped the fight instantly and went completely silent, realizing that Mom and Dad are going to absolutely for sure murder us. We made a deal not to speak of the event at all, and magically it worked. Mom and Dad never ever mentioned the crack, even though it was massive and obvious. Years later, when the shower was being replaced, I asked them why they never brought it up. And they said they knew that we were responsible and probably punished ourselves enough. Plus, they hated the shower and saw it more of an excuse to redo the bathroom when the time came.
That's freaking hilarious.
Imagine the panic because I remember how when I did something wrong, I would feel so massively guilty.
Right?
Oh my God, it was horrible. And for those parents to understand how guilty those two girls must have felt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they were smart. They were smart. They knew they must have carried guilt. So you know what? We won't say anything. We'll just let them panic and panic for as long as they did,
my
right?
God. Like, is it smart or is it cruel? I don't know.
It's cruel as a parent. Oh, come on. That's like practically perfect parenting right there. Oh yeah, I think so. Those were smart parents. Oh gosh. So what didn't you get caught? What did you get caught? We want to hear your stories. Go to sissues.ca, or you can go to Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Again, if you do not want us to use your real name, we'll come up with a fancy little one for you. Or if exactly, or we can just use your first name, or we could just use your last name. You go ahead and tell us what you want to do, but share your story.